Hi, this is Mrs. Susan again from Holy Trinity Kindergarten Preschool. Solomon loved the Lord. He went to Gibeon to sacrifice there. The Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, "Ask what I shall give you." Solomon said, "Your servant is in the midst of your people. You have chosen them a great people, too many to be counted. Therefore, give your servant an understanding mind to rule over them." And he was talking about himself, for God to give him an understanding mind. It pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this. God said to him, "You have not asked for yourself long life, or riches, or the life of your enemies. Therefore, behold, I give you a wise mind. None like you shall arise after you." And Solomon awoke. Then he came to Jerusalem. He stood before the ark of the covenant. He offered up burnt offerings. One day 2 women came to the king, and one said, "Oh, my lord, this woman and I live in the same house. I gave birth." And that woman told Solomon that the other woman's baby had died, and that the baby they had was hers. But then the other woman said the same thing. She said, "No, it's your child that died, and this is my baby." So they couldn't decide. They would not, one of them wasn't telling the truth. So they went to Solomon and asked the king to help them. Solomon was very, very wise, and he knew that the real mother would never hurt her living baby. And so he pretended like he was going to hurt the baby so that the real mother would say, "No, please don't do that. Just give it to her." And that's what happened. The real mother said, "No, don't hurt the baby. She can have the baby." And then when she said that, Solomon knew that that was the real mother. So then Solomon said, "Give the living child to the first woman. She is his mother." And all of Israel stood, and all of Israel was in awe of the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was. So Solomon asked God to help him know the difference between good and evil, so that he could be a wise leader. Do you know the leaders of our country? Do you know who's the president of our United States right now? Ask God and pray for God to help make our leaders wise. And here's a prayer that we can all pray. Dear God, you blessed Solomon so that he could be a wise leader. Please bless me too. Give me strength and wisdom to do the things you have for me to do today. Amen. All right, that was our story for this week. It was short, but it was good. And we'll see you next week in Sunday school.